Welcome to another edition of In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. I'm Jimmy Lillidahl. Right in front of the presidential suite here at Richfield Ice Arena, Kevin Ingvelson, the VP of the Magicians, right in front of the new office here. So glad you could join us. This weekend, the Magicians played at home against the Aberdeen Wings. The Magic fell 2-1 on Friday night. It was a close contact game. On Friday, the first period was scoreless. The second period, Colin Raver starts the scoring for the Wings. Grant Dukas and Matt Sherman collect assists. As you see, Colin Raver there on the breakaway, able to score and give Aberdeen a 1-0 lead. The Magicians strike back with the Rico Rataychuk goal on the power play. Taylor Brierly and Larry Youngworth collect assists for Rico. It's his first goal as a member of the North American Hockey League in his Magicians debut. So a big goal for Rico Rataychuk, the newcomer from Berlin, Germany. 1-1 after 2 frames. The third stanza, Aberdeen gets a goal right off the face-off. Gavin Payne, the former Minnetonka skipper, finds twine. Carter Rue and Tucker DeYoung collect assists. On Saturday night, the Magicians picked off the Wings by a final score of 2-1. Another close scoring game. Again, the first period was scoreless. In the second period, the Magicians got a goal from Travis Brown. Larry Youngworth and Connor Butchis collect assists. Colin Raver was able to strike back for the Wings. It was another odd man rush as Raver gets the goal. Grant Dukas collects the lone assist. The Magicians were able to strike back in the third. Another goal for a newcomer. Alexander Lombacher gets the goal as you see the scramble in front of the net. Lombacher nets his first as a member of the Magicians and his first in the United States, as Lombacher, his goal was assisted by Butchis and Ben Baker as the Magic win 2-1 on Saturday night. Goaltender Andrew Lindgren gets his first win as a member of the Magic. Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. I'm alongside the Magicians captain, Jack Christensen. Jack, you came in last year as a rookie. You had a great rookie season. Tommy Upton, head coach, it was his first season as well. Now you're voted captain by your teammates here at year 2.
Yeah, you know, like you said last year, I think we had a pretty fresh young team, and I think we learned a lot of things along the way. And now we have a pretty good core group of leaders returning, and hoping to do some exciting things this year with that group, and a big group of newcomers.
We're seeing a lot of kids from the East Coast come to the North American League. Obviously, they can save money because the North American League's free. It costs a lot of money to play out east, even though the kids tend to do it. Why the North American Hockey League? Why the Magicians?
I think it was just something I wanted to do to change it up a bit. Obviously, it's a great league, and I knew that when I was making my decisions, but I think I wanted to get away from home and kind of challenge myself, and I think that's one thing you see with a lot of guys, not just challenge yourself with the level of play, but also a different environment and being away from home and living with another family. So it's been great for me, and I hope it's been great for everyone else that's made the transition like me.
Absolutely. I asked Taylor Brierly this just because I had him last week. How do you feel right now compared to last season? You were a rookie. Obviously now you're probably a little bit more comfortable. You have the C in your jersey. Compare today to this point last season.
I think definitely a lot more confident. You understand your role and you understand what you need to do to help the team. And I think that I understood it last year, but I wasn't as confident in what I had to do. And now with a year under my belt, I'm sure Taylor feels the same way. That he's a lot more confident and understands what he has to do. So.
Talk about the will. People talk about that a lot in the North American Hockey League. You can't take a shift off. We see you block shots. Obviously, you're known for your work ethic. You have a C in your jersey. No one's questioning that. Talk about the will. I mean, where does that come from to sit down in front of an 80-mile-an-hour bomb and just take it to the dome? I mean, we've seen you do it time and time again. Unfortunately, Point Street does not have a shot block category, and if it did, you'd be among the leaders. But talk about that. I mean, where does that will come from? It's not an easy thing to do.
I think it's just, just wanting to do whatever it takes to win. I don't like losing just as much as the next guy, but I think I'm willing to do whatever it takes to keep that puck out of the net. And I think as far as the league goes, it's just a bunch of guys that are the same way. They just want a foot in the door, and then they're willing to do whatever they have to do to make a name for themselves. So like you said, I guess maybe that's become a bit of a trademark of mine, but it's really just comes down to whatever it takes to win. It's what we'll do.
This weekend, it was a sweep against the Wings. Same team this weekend in their barn, the OD Ice Center. Place is rocking. It's hard to get a seat there if you're from Aberdeen. They got the suites right above the benches. It's a crazy atmosphere. How big is this weekend? I mean, you guys are sitting in a situation where you're 2-4, maybe not the greatest start. You sweep this weekend, you're right back in the thick of it with a lot of teams in the division that have 8 points right now. So it's still pretty tight within the division. How important is this weekend?
Well, I mean, like you said, it's definitely huge as far as standings go, but I think it'd be also huge for our confidence to be able to walk into someone else's house on opening night, full house, and I think that'll be cool for a lot of guys. But we need to, stay focused on what we need to do, and I think if we can come away with 4 points, that's the ideal situation. But we just got to get in there and do whatever we can to win, and I think that's what we'll be doing this weekend.
Absolutely. Again, the Magicians play against the Aberdeen Wings on the road. You can check out the broadcast at fasthockey.com. The facilities here, we're right in front of the new presidential suite for Kevin Ingvelson, the VP. The locker room's great. The weight room is officially finished. New ice on the rink here, as well as some new advertisements. How are the facilities here in Richfield?
Fantastic. I think some of the guys might agree we're a little bit spoiled too. We got Rob Down who does everything for us, washing gear every time we use it and that sort of thing. And he's great. Sharpens our skates whenever we need it, So yeah, definitely a little spoiled, but fortunate as well. Though, like you said, the weight room's finally done, so we don't have to travel anywhere to lift weights and all that. So we're able to get all of our work done and be a tight unit, all in the same building. So it's good.
Real quick before we go, talk about the camaraderie. You got kids from all over the globe. We got an Italian, a Frenchman, a kid from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I mean, the list goes on. Kids from all over the place. I mean, you're one of the rare guys from the East Coast in the team. You got your Minnesota guys. The camaraderie, obviously, really important when you're playing a 60-game schedule, 7-8 month long season. You guys are going to be on the road this weekend, so 5-6 hour bus ride. How important is that? Just interacting with the guys. I mean, you guys are here at the rink right now before practice, hanging out with one another. How important is that?
Well, it's huge. I mean, you can't just expect to go out there and play for each other if you're not close with each other. So. Yeah, I mean, it's huge, like you said, and we're going to be spending a lot of time together with each other this season, maybe a little more than some guys would like, but you'll definitely get to know each other on a pretty personal level, and I think that's great. And I think we're already off to a great start. I mean, we've got a lot of team camaraderie, like you said, and I think it's only going to get better. We've got a great group of guys, so hopefully keep going this season.
Perfect. Jack, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Jack Christensen, captain of the Minnesota Magicians. Make sure you tune in this weekend to check out the Wings and watch this guy block some shots. That's going to do it. Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. A big thanks to our captain, Jack Christensen, for taking the time to speak with us. The Magicians play 2 more games against the Aberdeen Wings at the OD Ice Center in the hub city of Aberdeen. You can check the broadcast out at fasthockey.com if you'd like to hear the call on that one. Also, don't forget we have a Magicians app. You can check it out. Make sure you search for that. You can find it on our website too. If you're interested in that, you can get up-to-date information, statistics, all that good stuff. Also, the Magicians play 1 more game in the month of October. It's on the 17th. It's against the Cloquet Wilderness. So last home game in October. So we encourage you to check out our game on the 17th here at Richfield Ice Arena. This week's alumni update, Luki Laub. If you remember him from last season, he's playing professional hockey in the Deutsche Eishockey Liga 2, so an affiliate of the DEL, what we talked about last week where Dennis Chevron is playing. Luki's playing for Lowen Frankfurt. He has 8 points in 8 games. So congratulations to Luki Laub inking the contract and already producing for Lowen Frankfurt in the DEL 2. That's going to do it for another edition of In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. A big thanks to our captain, Jack Christensen. So long, everybody.